Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner Classicos and Non-Classics. This is episode number 3230. No, it's not 3030. It's 3231. And Doubleshot 3125. I got a Usagi trade and a Team T trade. First up, it's Usagi Yojimbo, Volume 32. Yeah, Volume 32, Mysteries. And this book here contains the final issues of the ongoing Usagi from Dark Horse. Despite the fact there is a mini-series that comes right after this one, but yeah, these are the last work of ongoing issues. This is 150 and 165. Published from November 2016 and January 2018. Excuse me. Of course, Dan Sakai writes and draws this thing. Yeah, the hidden, which comes right after this one, that has the numbering from the series. But for some reason, not sure why this is. Like, I'm guessing probably the reason why that stand probably ended because maybe it felt it was time for it to go, maybe? Not really sure. So, the stories in here are the Hataman's daughter. Yeah, this basically is one where, like, he basically is Usagi hanging on this one town for all these issues. You also have Death of Fugo, the two-parter Buy in a Library, The Mousetrap, a couple Chibiiski stories, and that's it. We started with this guy on the run from somebody. He's killed. Oh, and he's the father of the girl, kept his confession hidden. And Usagi finds the girl, brings to Inspector, who's a friend of his. There's this gang, basically, which there's these officials who, like this one official who doesn't like the fact that his name is Dada. Yes, that seriously is the guy's name. Where he has something that he should hands on. Of course, he's like, "Where can I find a daughter?" He's like, "Oh, look, his daughter right there." And then, of course, like. And the girl basically is not want to go because basically she's scared of him. Like Uncle, nope. You're actually, nope, that's not. Basically, she's like the enemy. So basically, he proceeds to beat the crap. He's like, takes out his sword. And, one guy's about to, but nope, put it away. Gets away. And hands the girl off to an innkeeper. And what and of course, then the gang shows up once again. And like, hand over the girl, kill them, but don't harm the girl. And then Usagi proceeds to beat them up with his sword. I think kills like a couple of them. But and the innkeeper gets on a 2, which is so fun. Usagi, surprised to see you here. What's going on? Inspector Hida. On our way back to the barracks when we heard the commotion. I repeat, what's going on? I came across that samurai in the forest. This child hiding by close by. I don't know why. Ah, you're Nabukasa's daughter, aren't Yuki? Aren't you? He's a Meto. He's a clan treasurer. So she has paper, and the paper is the fact that it's confessing that his boss has been embezzling money from the clan. So they're Usagi basically is working with him the whole time. He, of course, beats people up, of course. And, well, the guy he captures, apparently, like, they capture him for embezzling, and then he's found murdered in his cell, and also, like, it's explained later story that this mysterious master is behind the events of this whole thing. Apparently, he arranged to have that guy killed, who this master is. They don't really explain here. And in the very next issue, we have with this person's prepared this special pufferfish, yes, pufferfish, to eat. Eats one bite, eats one, and just dies on the spot. And he's a high-ranking official. Yeah, and by the way, this actually references later on. All these stories, all these cases are connected. The innkeeper is here. Where the girl is not really clear. Like, apparently, like, oh yeah, pufferfish, apparently he makes it really good. And the innkeeper suspected maybe killing him because he prepared pufferfish, but nope, he didn't pair that one. Because pufferfish actually does a really good job pairing it. But Then take it to another person who makes it. Like, I didn't pick this dish. So then they go, that person made it. Where apparently this guy had made it, but this other chef basically in town, this other person who did, who's the only person who might make this thing, yeah, prepares the dish, like, oh, I prepared that dish. And it turned out it was actually his son, who basically was coming out of his mission and nearly ruined him. And then, of course, like, he prepares to do something really dumb. He eats the fish. He's got the liver. He eats and dies on the spot. You're like, okay, so as apology for his father, the kid commits suicide? Now we have the body in the library, which, yeah, this is interesting. We have the return of the two thieves. Been a little bit to see them. Where one of whom, the tall one, when she last saw Usagi, she kissed him. Yep. And of course, they break into this mysterious library to steal stuff because she wants to feed the girl. Like, yeah, steal this. And then, of course, like, she's about to take it and discover something. Like, oh crap, somebody is there, and the person is dead. And it turns out the guy is actually a doctor. And it was suspected the man's son killed him, but it turns out his assistant killed him. For drugs. Yes, seriously, for drugs. And of course she's accused of murder. Of course she's briefly arrested. She escapes. But because of the fact they actually cleared the whole thing up, and first, like, the inspector, we're going to punish her by chopping her hands off. And she's like, are you serious? Like, no, we're joking. We're just going to manage it. Like, oh, thank God. Because he does not want her to have it like that. Management was better. So, yeah, as basically helping out, she's allowed to basically leave the town, no problem. Yeah, great two-parter. And then we have Mousetrap, where we have this thief who steals people, rips people, and gives it. He just steals and just, yeah, he may be a thief, but he's not a murderer. He actually accused of murder because, of course, he's like, oh, there's something in his bag, and then we have this merchant. Yes, this merchant who's later killed, and he's accused of murdering him, but so that he actually didn't do it. And then we have the chief inspector show up, who is very arrogant and very pushy, who takes more of like giving orders than actually doing his job. And so, yeah, catch it for being a thief. But yeah, they do in fact find out who actually killed him. It was, so they also have the snitch too. Yeah. And this is where we discuss the mysterious master. And this is what they mentioned in this story about the guy from the first story in here. That this guy was responsible for arranging the man's death. And apparently this is a group called the Black Goblins. And these people should kill them. And of course, basically, like, what are you doing here? Yeah, and the fact he's so obsessed, like, yeah, it tells the guy, the inspector. The chief inspector tells the assistant to investigate other cases. Basically, their cases being their cases that were previously seen here. And then eventually they do, in fact, find this mysterious temple. Usagi mentions, oh yeah, this temple is outside the city. And they do find it. And they take members of the gang in custody. And they look inside at who would possibly be behind it. But the person left. Who was this mysterious master? Don't know, because the story just ends when we see the snitch basically is about to snatch something, and then he just leaves. And then a couple of Usagi stories, one by G. Yeah, one's about deal with his master, and we'll do a Snow. Really good stuff here. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Yes. All in all, great book. I give it a 10 out of 10. Yep. Next up we have is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures, Volume Number 3, containing issues 9 through 12 of the Archie comic book. First issue is standalone. Yeah, first issue is standalone where Spencer's like tells his sons, "How long have you patrolled sewers? How long have you patrolled sewers? Is that heard something? Nothing." And they're all just watch TV, and then eventually they're told to, like, let's go. Besides, we pick up some groceries. Oh boy, wonderful. And pick up the weapons, like, and Miss Splinter's like, don't forget cheese. Of course. Because he knows hers only pizza. You have to watch TV. Here's April new on TV. Shredder just wants weapon plans, and there's also this guy called the Chameleon, who just some random guy. No, it's not Baxter Stockman. Then we have stuff, regular hijinks, the 87 showing here. But I gotta admit, the opening scene was funny. The Chameleon's actually here for at least a few issues in here. And then of course the Turtles is like, I think it's like Raphael. I think it is. Basically, he's painted black for some reason. Because where they dump stuff in the sewer, he's painted black for like this whole issue. And who is it? It's actually just Raphael. Yeah, it just feels completely random. He's like a black turtle. Yes, because he want to be different. Krang's not in his suit for some reason. He's basically out of the suit. So, then of course, basically they deal with, like, we have Raph coming out of the water's like coming closer, and it's a guy who looks like a cockroach, and more weird stuff because it's 87, because 87 was weird when the show started. Little fun fact with the 87 show for me, I've actually watched now the first 8 seasons of the show. I got partway into season 9, I have not finished yet. No, I haven't, surprisingly. So, now we deal with aliens. I do enjoy the artwork here. Yes. And then, of course, for some weird reason, the Turtles randomly run into the Rat King. Yes. Which, of course, in the 87 show in 2013, he actually has the appearance of the comic version of the character, but 2012 decided to update his appearance for some reason, where he's like a burn victim, and he basically is voiced by the guy who voices who played Wayun on Deep Space Nine. Yes, where he was a former professor who was burned, and he apparently developed telepathy. Yeah, it's really weird. And then in the 2013 show, he actually survived his actual death that they adapted from the comics, which he fell in the smokestack. In the show, they had him come back because he's basically a cyborg. I actually told this to Jim Lawson, who created Rat King. I should ask him this, like, how do you feel about the 3 versions of the character? Like, there's been like 3 different rotations of it. And no, I didn't watch 2012. Not 2012. The Rise team at the end. I didn't watch because I read the premise of the show, and I'm like, no. It's like Turtles get powers, and Casey owns a girl. I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah, it's really bizarre. And they kind of robot in the sewer. And it's like, oh yeah, we're a true form. Yep, leave the planet and move on to issue 12. Yes. And it's like, oh, we have basically more alien stuff here. It's typical 87. I'd say this book is a little bit better than the previous set of issues, yes. I'm going to give it roughly a 8.5 because I feel like these issues were improvement over the last ones. Yep, so yeah, that's particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, notifications. Next up, I'm the Lord. It's got to get pocket. I do, but.